Good morning. Thank you for watching. Another beautiful Lord's Day. Gonna get hot this week. Y'all be careful. Uh, we got our sick list. We got Paul Lehue, Ashlyn Hare, Wendell Tate, Wade Candycorn, Jimmy Smith, Melissa Bogle, Mary Mason, Hillary Davenport, Lee Heath, Clint Blanton, Terry Parham, Patricia Womack, Mary Mason, Naomi Blair, Lawana Peeler, Benny Blair, Taylor Blanton, James Estes, Becky and Lonnie Barks, Pat Burks, Thomas Bogle, and we need to send sympathy to the families of Carl Fugit and Leslie Prater. So please keep all these folks in your prayers. My buddy Jimmy Smith is on this list. He's going to have open heart surgery this week. So please keep him in your prayers. This morning we're going to be talking a little bit about the book of Ecclesiastes, and I'm going to take some reading out of chapter 2. But Solomon, he was David's son, and he asked God for wisdom, and God made him the wisest man, and he never found peace in anything except what God had about being a man of God. And without God, he just didn't find any kind of peace in anything that he did. And that tells us that God reigns over everything. God is number one. That God is supreme. So I'm going to read just a little bit here, and it shows some of the things that Solomon did. And so I said in mine heart, go now, I will prove thee with mirth, therefore enjoy pleasure, and behold, this is also vanity. I said of laughter, it is mad, and mirth, what it doeth it. I sought in mine heart to give myself unto wine, yet acquainting mine heart with wisdom, and to lay hold of on folly, until I might see what was that good for the sons of men, which they should do under the heaven all the days of their life. I made me great works, I builded me houses, I planted me vineyards, I made me gardens and orchards, and I planted trees and all kinds of fruits. I made me pools of water to water therewith the wood that bringeth forth trees. I got me servants and maidens, and I had servants born in my house. Also I had great possessions of great and small cattle above all that were in Jerusalem before me. I gathered me also silver and gold and peculiar treasure of kings and also of the provinces. I gat me men singers and women singers, and the delights of the sons of men as musical instruments and all of that sorts. So I was great and increased more than all that before me in Jerusalem. Also my wisdom remained with me. And however, whatever mine eyes desired, I kept not from them. I withheld not from my heart any joy, or my heart rejoiced in all my labor. And this was my portion of my labor. And I looked on the works that my hands had wrought, and on the labor that I had labored to do, and behold, all was vanity and vexation of spirit, and there was no profit under the sun. And I turned to myself, and behold, wisdom and madness and folly. For what can man do cometh after the king, even that which had been already done. Then I saw that kingdom, that wisdom excelled folly, as far as the light excelled the darkness. The wise man's eyes are in his head, but the fool walketh in darkness. And I myself perceived also that one event happened to them all. That's when I said in my heart, as it happened to the fool, so it happens even to me. And why was I then more wise? Then I said in my heart, this is also vanity. For there is no remembrance of the wise more than of the fool forever. seeing that which is now is in the days to come shall be forgotten. And how dieth the wise man as the fool? Therefore I hated my life, because the work that was wrought under the sun is grievous unto me, for all is vanity and vexation of spirit. So that tells us there a little bit about what he had done, and it says of his wisdom that I gave my heart to know wisdom, and he tried to gain wisdom by understanding its composites of madness and folly. He found only vexation of the spirit, since no philosophy by human reason and investigation ever arrived at the eternal truth. For in so much as much grief, so that the more we know of ourselves, the less satisfied we are. The more we know of mankind, the more we see the need for improvement. No one, however, would want to avoid the pain and of knowledge at the cost of remaining ignorant. We would not avoid the sorrows of lost loved ones by refusing to love. We suffer, but we gain as also as we go forward in that great quest for wisdom. To withdraw from the quest is to forfeit the goal. So even wisdom, everything that we know about each other and we know about the world, we can see that that mankind is evil. We can see, like it said, we can see that the need for improvement. And the thing is that we see this on the news at night, all the bad stuff that's going on in the world. And Solomon realized that his work, everything that he did, was going to pass away. It was going to go over to someone else, and it was going to be somebody else's that may be a fool, may not be. And so he realized that all of his work is just vanity. What failed Solomon? Wisdom failed him. Pleasure, architecture, gardening, cattle, breeding, and art collecting, the weary round of life. So the wealth, reputation, and all of that was vanity. Anything that man does without God is going to be vanity. It's all going to pass away. We've got to watch about what we put our life into. It's just like the rich farmer last week, the lesson that I did on him. Everything that the rich farmer did, he was going to keep it all for himself. And he didn't get that chance because God took his life. So the things that we do on this earth, the time that we spend doing things, unless we do it for our fellow man, unless we do it about spreading God's word, any kind of work that we do for God, it's going to carry on. But this work that we do, if we, I bought this place here, and I cleared the land and made the room for a house and pastures, and it's all going to pass away. I'll probably pass it on to my son. And then who gets it after him? Who knows? But, they wasn't out here pulling the stumps out, cutting the trees down. But do they deserve it? Who knows? But all this is going to pass. We're going to leave this earth. We're going to leave behind everything that we've done. We better make sure that we're doing good stuff for God. We better make sure that we're working for God and not for things of vanity like Solomon found in here. I'd recommend reading chapter 1 and chapter 2. There's a lot of stuff about the vanity And it says in chapter 1, the words of the preacher, the son of David, king of Jerusalem. Vanity of vanities, says the preacher. Vanity of vanities, all is vanity. And so it's all going to pass away. You know, that's the old saying is, you don't see a hearse, a U-Haul behind the hearse. So it's all going to pass away. It's going to be somebody else's. And then all that work was for nothing. So unless you're working for God, you need to be working for God. You need to be spreading the gospel. You need to be helping your fellow man. You need to be laying up treasure in heaven. That's the goal. Thank you for watching. Please remember all of our sick list. There's a lot of sick folks on there we need praying for. Please remember our servicemen and women, our first responders, our doctors and nurses, and all the folks that keep us safe. I think COVID's going around again. I'm hearing a lot of folks that's got that. Please pray for them, and maybe we can get this under control sometime or another. But thank you for watching. God bless. See you next time.